Indian Railway മുൻ എഞ്ചിനീയർ Alok Kumar Verma ചേരുകയാണ് 24-നൊപ്പം. Sir, the proposal or the DPR for Silver Line is now rejected by the central government. And now the government is putting up some other proposal for an Delhi Meerut model RRTS in the state. In the last budget also it was declared and the cabinet approved for that proposal. How do you think about is it viable in Kerala?
You see, I was associated with the Kerala Silver Line. I had in fact prepared the first feasibility report for that line. And that time I had studied the proposal of DMRC also for a high-speed line on the almost same alignment, from Thiruvananthapuram via Mallapuram to Kannur. Okay. So there are two major issues about Kerala which were not examined properly in those reports and which need to be examined because these two factors, they raise very serious question marks on the viability of a RRTS type line or on a standalone line. Okay. Number one is that Kerala has a very scattered urban population. The cities are, by population standards, they are medium-sized cities. Most of the cities are having population of about 5 to 10 lakhs. And even that population is scattered, The average density of population, say in Kochi, will be almost half of what is there in other cities, normal cities. So this factor is very unique, This, world over, the experience is that this kind of standalone high-speed lines, whether you call them RRTS or you call them semi-high speed or high speed, they are basically higher speed lines in different forms. They are not feasible where population is scattered. So this is one factor. Because when the population is very scattered, people will have tendency to use travel by road, by car or by bus, whatever means they choose by road. So that is one factor, that is scattered population and a small size of cities. Second factor is the cost. Any elevated corridor in Kerala, whether mostly elevated, some parts may have to be in tunnels, will be extremely costly. The reason is that the area is full of backwaters. If you go away from the backwaters, then you enter into the hilly terrain. Like when you go from Thrissur towards Mallapuram, Kannur, it's a hilly terrain. So the cost will be very high. Now I am told that one proposal says the line will cost about 60,000 crore. The other proposal says that line will cost about 1.92 crores or 1.95 crores. 1 lakh crores, 1.95 lakh crores, and this is about 60,000 crores. And both of them appear to be very similar, with very minor differences. My own estimate is that the line will cost about 2 lakh crores. The estimate of 1.2 lakh crores is close to that. So the one factor is very high cost. And the second factor is low probability of traffic because the urban population is scattered. So for any proposal to succeed in Kerala, these factors should be thoroughly examined. And this was my experience that in the previous two proposals, the proposal of 2015 and the proposal of 2020-22, these factors were ignored. Because of this, there were many issues about which I have spoken in lot of forums. What were the issues with those proposals? So this time, if there is going to be any such proposal, these two factors, the pattern of urban population, which is highly scattered, and second is, of course, the high cost of construction of an elevated corridor. These have to be properly examined.
That means you are saying that RRTS is not practical in Kerala.
Yeah, it is actually a global experience. Yeah. I will give you example, I'll give you example of, from Boston to Washington via New York, Philadelphia. This is a corridor, this is the busiest corridor of USA. But there also there is tremendous urban sprawl. The population is very much spread out. So what they have done is they have upgraded the existing line and they are running trains at 200 kilometer per hour on that line. That is called SLA. And there are other examples also. So the best option for Kerala, as in this case of USA, is that you upgrade the existing line. Between Thiruvananthapuram to Kochi, there are already two lines, one via Kottayam, the other via LFP. And this is where most of the population is and big cities are there. So you can upgrade the line, strengthen the track, improve signaling, and use tilting trains. Tilting trains are used in such situations all over the world. There are at least a dozen of countries which are using tilting trains to raise speed on the existing lines. My studies showed that speed on the existing line can be raised to about 140 to 160 kilometer per hour, which will drastically reduce the time, say journey time from Thiruvananthapuram right up to Kasargod. If you see the whole stretch, it will be about 5 hours. And the cost will not be more than 15 to 20,000 crores, which is a fraction of the cost of what they are proposing. So, I'll tell you, this proposal, the railway ministry has been talking about adding third line or fourth line and realigning the track, improving the track, but they have been very slow on this. I think they have to focus on that, improving the existing track, because this will also eliminate the need of land acquisitions, because in Kerala, because of this, the backwaters and low-lying areas all over the state, land is very precious. People just would not like to give land, So this problem of land acquisition will be overcome. As far as the elevated corridor is concerned, people are saying that land acquisition will be less, very less. No, it may be less by about 10 to 20%, but still you will require a lot of land for building even a elevated corridor.
The new RRTS is proposed RRTS project is elevated. That is why government also pointing out for extending the lines to 3 to 4. Government is also pointing out to the issue with land acquisition. Kerala, it is a huge problem. That is why they are proposing the elevated way.
No, you see, this is what I'm saying. Elevated corridor does not mean that you will not require land, First of all, for construction, you will require the whole land. Okay, during construction for at least 5 to 7, 8 years, you will require the land. The whole land will have to be cleared, and after you have constructed the line, at best you can do some agriculture in a limited way in that land, but no housing, nothing is possible that. So land acquisition cost and land acquisition implications will be reduced, but not so substantially. My study had shown that time that maybe 15 to 20% less land will be required in case of a elevated corridor. And that is why I'll tell you, in Kerala Silver Line, finally they had also, even after I had left, they had decided that it is better to make the line on ground, because Kerala Silver Line proposal is mostly on ground. Elevated portion is very small.
That is why there were huge protests from the people residing there against the...
Yeah, but it will be, you see, I tell you, the problem of land acquisition will remain. And it will be quite substantial, though there will be some 10 to 20% less land will be required in case of elevated corridor. And under the elevated corridor, at best some agriculture can be carried out in a limited. No, people cannot live. All the houses and every building will have to be demolished. So, and then there is problem of noise and all those things. So substantial. I mean, this has serious implications.
At the same time, another project last month, Dr. E. Sreedharan started an office in Malappuram. He says it is because the railway ministry suggested him or directed him to start an office or to do the survey for a high-speed railway project. Yesterday, he has done a press conference and put forward his new project. It's a new line connecting from Trivandrum to Kannur. And connecting 3 airports, international airports in Kerala. So it's also mostly an elevated one, and the land will be leased out to the people, local people, for agriculture land. Its project cost, he suggests it will be 56,000 crores, less than that of the Silver Line project.
No, it's not. There is some. The cost has to be properly assessed. My view is that even a line from Thiruvananthapuram to Kannur will be about 450, 460 kilometer, and the cost will be something like 1.75 to 2 lakh crores. At least 3 times of what you have mentioned. The figure you have mentioned. So again, I will say whatever proposals are being made, the cost factor and the viability in case because of the urban sprawl, scattered urban population needs to be thoroughly examined. That's very essential.
That means that the issues you have pointed out to the Silver Line, to this RRTS, will also implicable to this project also.
Yes, I think what the proposal that DMRC is giving is also of a RRTS only.
Yeah.
It is of a RRTS similar to the Delhi Meerut RRTS. Now I'll tell you what is the cost of Delhi Meerut RRTS. It is about 400 crores per kilometer. And in Kerala, the cost will be slightly higher, not less than that. So even if you take figure of 400 crores per kilometer, for 60 kilometer, the cost will be about 2 lakh crores. So I don't know how they have got the figure of 60,000 crores. I think the actual figure will turn out to be about 3 times of that, about 2 lakh crores. And yes, land acquisition will remain a serious problem, though you may require about 10 to 20 per minor difference in the quantity of land required.
According to his proposal, he even have put forward the speed of the railway. Design speed is shown as 200 kilometer and operational speed is 180 kilometer. Then even the rate for ticket price, even he has declared like from Trivandrum to Ernakulam it is 440 rupees only. Trivandrum to Calicut it is 640. Trivandrum to Kannur it is 780.
I am very skeptical about all this. As you see, the speed of design is speed of 200 kilometer per hour, train speed of 180 kilometer per hour, train frequency in peak hours of about 30 minutes. This is same as a Meerut RRTS, So you have to just apply simple logic. If it costs 400 crores per kilometer in Delhi Meerut, how will it cost 1/3 of that in Kerala? When the terrain in Kerala is more difficult?
Yeah.
It's very simple.
That means it is not logical.
I mean, there is a gross underestimation of cost.
But how an expert like Sreedharan and his
I
team?
do not know. I do not know how they have arrived. I mean, I am giving you a simple figure.
Yeah.
I am giving you a simple comparison, Simple mathematics tells you, simple engineering tells you that cost will be something like 2 lakh crores per kilometer. If they have done some cost calculation, let them, if I can see those cost calculation, I can point out where the problem is. But it's very simple, If it costs 400 crores per kilometer in Delhi Meerut, how will it cost 1/3 of that in Kerala? It's very simple.
Considering the land acquisition price also.
Yeah. I mean, this is also elevated. Delhi to Meerut line is also elevated. So, in fact, in Kerala, the cost may be slightly higher than 400 crores per kilometer because the terrain is much more difficult there because of backwaters and hilly terrain in the between Tirur and Kannur, that area. Particularly Malappuram area is quite mountainous. So the cost will not be less than Meerut RRTS.
That is true, but Dr. E. Sreedharan suggests in its project that this is a mixed one. Some underground tunnels will be there, some elevated pathways will be there. So there is no need for land acquisition for tunnels, he is suggesting, and the land accused will be given back to the people for farming.
You see, let me make it very clear. The tunnel, as far as I have been told, is only about 20 kilometers, okay, which is just 5%. 95% line is elevated.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, for 95% of the portion, you will require land. Now, second thing is that elevated line, after it is constructed, for construction, you will require the full land.
Yeah.
Whether it is elevated or it is ground, you will require almost the same amount of land. The only difference is that after the line is constructed and the roads are dismantled and the site is cleared, some limited agriculture cultivation can go on. That's all. No houses, no buildings can be there under the line. And everything that falls on the line alignment will be demolished, because you cannot build the line without demolishing and clearing the land. So land, as far as the land acquisition and land implications, the effect on the people will be only marginally less compared to Kerala Silver Line. Kerala Silver Line is mostly on ground. I think that was about 10% in tunnels and elevated, and 90% was on ground. So, as far as land implications are concerned, they will be slightly less, but not significantly less. So, the problem of land acquisition in a state like Kerala, where land is so precious, is going to be tremendous. So, as I have said earlier also in my reports, when Kerala Silver Line project was being dealt with, these two factors of urban sprawl, the scattered urban population, and the cost of construction, these should be properly evaluated after a thorough ground survey.
So as an expert who is who was a part of that Silver Line feasibility study, did you have ever talk with Dr. E. Sreedharan regarding these high-speed projects in Kerala?
Yeah, we had some talk about this, but it was not really very specific about this thing. We had, he had said he was also against Kerala Silver Line, that he had spoken. He has also said that the cost will be at least double of what I remember that he has said, the cost will be about double. He also pointed out the cost is going to be very high. So, I think this proposal of RRTS is very new.
Yeah.
It's hardly 15 days or maybe 1 month. I think they will need at least 6 to 12 months to carry out a proper ground survey to come up with a realistic estimate of cost and viability. Okay, so I think it is too early to say anything.
For this government's RRTS, it's just 1.92 lakh crores for the project, but the Dr. E. Sreedharan's project suggests cost less than that of Silver Line. It is just 56,000. He suggests it is calculating the inflation for 2%.
You see, the cost will be about 2 lakh crores for the line from Thiruvananthapuram to Kannur.
So according
my estimate, based on what studies I had done, and I had done quite extensive studies when the planning and first feasibility report for the Kerala Silver Line was prepared. I had traveled the entire area from Thiruvananthapuram to Kasaragod. I had thoroughly inspected, been through the city centers and all those things. And my estimate is that the problem of urban population pattern and the difficult terrain, elevated corridor, all considered, it is a very problematic proposal. And the cost, if we go by the, we have data about Delhi Meerut RRTS, 400 crores per kilometer. My guess is that the cost of the line in Kerala will be more than 400 crores per kilometer. That is 3 times of what DMRC is now giving. So it will be 3 times of that.
So that means for Kerala, the practical thing is doubling of the line.
There are many ways to improve the existing line. First of all, there are 2 lines. This is a very strong point about Kerala, that between Thiruvananthapuram to Kochi you have got 2 lines, one via Kottayam, one via Aleppi. Both are double lines. Okay, more or less it is 2 lines. I think there is one junction from there, it is separates, it becomes 2 lines. And from Kochi to Thrissur, 3rd track is already approved. I think 4th line is also approved. So you will be adding 2 more lines in that portion. You have to make a cord to go directly from Thrissur towards Tirur, so that trains do not have to go to Shoranur. Okay. Then you have to use, you can use the modern tilting trains. Tilting trains can run faster by about 25 to 30% on existing lines without any realignments. This option has not been really examined seriously by Ministry of Railways and Southern Railway. This appears to be the most logical and most techno-economically viable solution, that you improve the existing track, raise the speed and raise the capacity, and it can be done in just about 3 to 4 years. And the total cost implication will be about 20,000 crores only.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. കേരളത്തിൽ RRTSO ഡോക്ടർ ശ്രീധരൻ മുന്നോട്ട് വെച്ച ഹൈസ്പീഡ് റെയിൽവേയോ പ്രായോഗികമല്ലെന്നും മറിച്ച് നിലവിലുള്ള ട്രാക്കുകളുടെ എണ്ണം വർദ്ധിപ്പിക്കുക എന്നുള്ളതാണ് ഏറ്റവും പ്രായോഗികവും ചിലവ് കുറഞ്ഞതുമായ മാർഗം എന്നുമാണ് അലോക് കുമാർ വർമ്മ വ്യക്തമാക്കുന്നത്. മോഹൻകുമാറിനൊപ്പം ബൽറാം നെടുങ്ങാടി, 24 ഡൽഹി.
ലോകത്തെവിടെയായാലും ഏത് സമയത്തും 24 വാർത്തകളും ഓഗ്മെന്റഡ് റിയാലിറ്റി പാക്കേജുകളും എക്സ്പ്ലെയിനറുകളും വിശദമായി കാണാൻ ഞങ്ങളുടെ യൂട്യൂബ് ചാനൽ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് സബ്സ്ക്രൈബ് ചെയ്യാം.